Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today, we got the ECW WWE One Night Stand pay-per-view collection. This pay-per-view was originally supposed to be a one-off here for the, ECW originals, hardcore ECW fans, and eventually turned into what we know today as the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. I will do a separate video for all the Extreme Rules pay-per-views, DVDs. But today, this is just the One Night Stand collection. Let's get right into this, guys, with ECW One Night Stand 2005. Like I said, it was supposed to originally be a one-off show, and it turned into something great. Some of the better shows of the year. This would eventually replace Backlash being the pay-per-view after WrestleMania, but that's for the other collection. So ECW One Night Stand, very, very good pay-per-view, very good show. Let's get a shot of all the spines here first. It's like they were trying to come up with a different design each year. The logo really never stayed the same. So, One Night Stand 2005, no real mentions of WWE anywhere besides the home video logo. I love this show. I recently watched it. So, very, very nice DVD. Got the thumbtacks, the barbed wire, and on the date there, the thumbtacks represent the spaces between the date. Very, very good. So, this show, awesome. I'd highly recommend you guys watch it if you haven't already. So, One Night Stand, pretty much a ECW produced by Paul Heyman. We got all the ECW originals on here with Lance Storm versus Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis. We got a three-way dance with Super Crazy, Tajiri, and Little Guido. Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit. Decent match between the two of them. Then we had the Tommy Dreamer and Sandman versus Bubba Ray and Devon. We also had the return of RVD with Bill Alfonso. Segment with Taz, Al Snow and Head, Dawn Marie, Sabu, Balls Mahoney. We had Joel Gertner, Axel Rotten, Just Incredible, Masato Tanaka versus Mike Awesome, the BWO. Then in the final segment there, we had Sandman and Steve Austin. We had JBL shooting on, Blue Meanie, which I wasn't a fan of the WWE invading this pay-per-view. Wasn't really a fan of that. So that's One Night Stand 2005. Let's get into 2006. One of my favorite shows ever. Of course, we had RVD cashing in Money in the Bank. Now you see the WWE production. We got the WWE title on the line. So WWE highly influenced this show. With RVD cashing in against John Cena. And this one came with a bonus disc, Barely Legal, 1997, the first ever WCW pay-per-view. So there's the back real quick. But let's run down the insert here. Kick it off, we had Taz versus Jerry Lawler, Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle, FBI versus Super Crazy and Tajiri, a world title match between Rey Mysterio and Sabu, a mixed extreme tag team match, Foley, Edge, and Lita versus Terry Funk, Tommy Dreamer, and Beulah McGillicuddy. Balls Mahoney versus Masato Tanaka, Eugene addressing the crowd, which Sandman would interrupt. And then John Cena versus RVD. RVD winning the WWE title. Awesome moment. Then there we have a few extras with the Battle Royal. Big Show turning on the WWE. Next up would be One Night Stand 2007. You know, the ECW brand only had the one pay-per-view. But, you know, by this point in 2007, we are now tri-branded. Oh, and to mention, both these shows in 2005 and 6 were at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. So 2007, we now have the Extreme Rules tagline. No insert here in 2007. Not really a fan of Bobby Lashley on the cover or as a performer. Sorry, guys, but never really got into Bobby Lashley. And his run here in, you know, 07 into 08 is probably a big reason why. So this was also June 3rd, 2007, Raw, SmackDown, and ECW. And this is where I believe Mr. McMahon won the ECW title. So I'll just run down some of the matches quick. We had a stretcher match, RVD versus Randy Orton. Steel cage match for the world title, Edge versus Batista. Street fight for the ECW title, Mr. McMahon versus Bobby Lashley. A Falls Count Anywhere match for the WWE title, John Cena versus Great Khali. A tag title ladder match for the world tag titles, the Hardys versus the world's greatest tag team. A lumberjack match, Kane versus Mark Henry. A pudding match, Melina versus Candice Michelle, I believe. And a six-man tables match, CM Punk, Tommy Dreamer, and Sandman versus Elijah Burke, Marcus Corvon, and Matt Striker. So, decent card there, but, you know, they were really trying to recreate some of that ECW magic here in 2007. 2008, you know, it's a dual-branded show. I like the covers like this, where it's kind of got that poster feel to it, and then the action shot. Really nice cover. I like the border and barbed wire, which isn't 100% straight. And this would pretty much be the end of One Night Stand, the beginning of Extreme Rules. We do have an insert for 2008. Not the best discard, again, similar to the cover, but no real artwork. It's kind of similar front and inside. So again, we got a Falls Count Anywhere match, Jeff Hardy versus Umaga. Singapore Cane match, winner gets a ECW championship match at Night of Champions. We got a First Blood match, Cena versus JBL. They didn't do many of those after this, as we would go PG in late 2008. I Quit match between Melina and Beth Phoenix. A stretcher match, Shawn Michaels versus Batista. I'm not the biggest fan of stretcher matches and, I Quit matches, last man standing matches. Those are some of my least favorite match types, to be honest with you. Last man standing match for the WWE title, Triple H versus Randy Orton. It's like we just seen that match not even a year prior at No Mercy 2007. We also have a TLC match for the vacant world title. If Undertaker loses, he leaves WWE. Undertaker versus Edge. Edge would win the world title here, and Undertaker wouldn't be gone for long. This would eventually set up their Hell in a Cell match at SummerSlam in 2008. We got 4 historical Undertaker moments from Survivor Series, King of the Ring, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania. Let me know your thoughts on the One Night Stand pay-per-views, guys. What would be your favorite here? Mine would probably be 2006. After that, 2005. 2008 is a fairly decent show, but again, I'm not the biggest fan of you know, some of these match types, like stretcher match. I never liked the stretcher match. So that'd be it for today, guys. Take some time and subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you later. Peace.